Hi, welcome to Zenagallery. My name is Zena, and I'm going to provide an energy reading for today. Let's see what we have. So, the first few messages that I have are when it comes to fruitful, long lasting success, success is certain, bringing into harmony, meeting, and matching. All right, so good relationships, healthy boundaries, fruitful partnerships, relationships, friendships. Believing in the impossible and holding tightly to an incredible change to your world. All right, so solutions. I'm getting a lot of solutions to any problems. All right, um, evergreen, enduring, perseverance, bringing wishes to fulfillment, a limitless life. So I'm getting tree of life and a lot of duration, a lot of endurance, a lot of perseverance. Undermining influences will destroy themselves by destroying their host. Good times and good fortune will return. So I'm getting what's done in the dark comes to the light, all right, and a lot of insight. So spiritual discernment, spiritual revelations, trial tribulation, a lot of unfolding. With maternal nurturing, plans and wishes will meet with fruition that is as sweet, the sweetness of growth. So I'm getting a lot of growth at this time, a lot of revelations at this time, so that it can conduct a lot of growth within self, personal development, spiritual discernment. The light of love cannot be extinguished from the heart or the soul because it is light and it's eternal. So I'm getting eternity, eternal love, reunion, divine unions, relationship with Most High God, relationship with self, personal discernment, personal development, all right, and spiritual discernment. So that's really good messages. Let's see what else. Uh, so make sure you're focusing on joy, all right, within self, within the energy, within personal space, within work-life balance, mind, body, spirit. Make sure you're not focusing on gossip. Um, Make sure you're not gossiping personally. Make sure you are working through with your perseverance. If you have to be in a situation where there's a lot of gossip, so I'm getting a lot of work, environments, possibly family, friends. Just make sure you're focusing on self balance. All right, self balance. Taking accountability for how you want to feel as a person, your personal space, your mind, body, spirit. All right, perseverance and balance. Use your wisdom. Use your spiritual discernment. Make sure you're focusing on any recovery from any revelations, from any setbacks, from anything that may have caused trauma or hurt or just some imbalance. So just make sure you're taking that to Most High and God and focusing on healing, recovery, and your destiny. Make sure you're not in any impatient energy. All right, so have patience with yourself. So that doesn't lead to confusion. When you're impatient, it can easily lead to confusion within self, confusion within situations. So I'm getting a lot of imbalanced energy. So just make sure you're being mindful of your emotional health, your mind, body, spirit, and your work-life balance. Also, when it comes to your passions, make sure you are in your confident energy. All right, so I'm getting work-life balance. You're confident, and anything that you're passionate about, you're confident. Do not allow insecurities to self-sabotage or any external forces to work on your insecurities. If you're passionate about it, make sure you're saying prayers and focusing on a positive outcome. Make sure you're accepting your most best self, your most positive outcome, your highest outcome, being optimistic about an outcome, and being positive so that you can bring in abundance. The more positive you are and accepting of your situation, either small or big, or just working to a better situation so that you can get abundance flowing. And that can be mind, body, spirit. That could be financial growth. That could be work. That could just be anything of value to self. All right. Just make sure you're not allowing insecurities to set you back. So I'm getting set back. If there's any setback energy and you've just been having a really hard time working through some things, there is a completion on that. So just make sure you're not repeating a cycle on possibly any projects you're working on, any change, any growth, any healing journeys, any type of positive, passionate, abundant journey that you've started or are in, make sure you're not repeating the negativity, energy, basically self-sabotaging the work that you've possibly put in or your outcome. All right. So you want a positive outcome, make sure you are being really mindful and setting stone on that positive outcome when it comes to your spirituality, when it comes to self-balance, your insight, your wisdom, your spiritual discernment, your third eye, your crown chakra, your vitality, your life force energy. Make sure you're keeping your faith on 100%, all right? Not 98%, but 100%. And that's what I'm getting. All right, let's see where we're at. 5 minutes. Let me keep going. See, is there anything else? Yeah, make sure you are believing in yourself, believing in the work that you're putting in, believing in Most High and God. 100% faith, 100% believing in the best possible outcome. Yeah, so basically setting this faith and this seed and this belief into your memory, downloading it, programming it, keeping it there so that it can grow. Yeah, make sure that is instilling in your memory so that you can project that energy out. You can project that energy, instill it within yourself. That should be the energy shift that you're on at this time. Most high vibration. Okay, make sure you're using your instinct when it comes to your memory, your belief, your energy, your faith, 100%. Your strength. Make sure you are setting your attentions and using your strength for your rebirth. So your spiritual awakening, your spiritual journey, your healing journey, your career journey, anything that is of value to self, all right? So that you can, I would say, have a beautiful spiritual awakening or beautiful transformation or a beautiful rebirth with your determination, so you won't feel depleted. You will feel determined to make some changes, make some adjustments. Let's see what else. I'm getting really, really high vibration energy. Make sure you are determined to overcome any fears, not allowing any fears to still be programmed within your memory, your mind, body, spirit, your energy, your routines, your responsibilities. Make sure you're defending yourself when it comes to your energy, your mind, your spirit, your soul. When it comes to defending yourself, make sure you're taking time to be still and listen. Most High, God, your guardian angels, your spirit team, your beloved ancestors. Make sure, instead of being on 100% defense all the time, make sure you are also balancing stillness, being still and listening. So I'm getting meditation and prayer. Let's see what else. When it comes to creation, okay, if you're not ready to create right now or be of service, make sure you are still inspired. So I'm getting, you may be 100% inspired, but you're still not ready to create. There's nothing wrong with that. So make sure you're still being in that stillness, that meditation and prayer, so you're 100% confident or 100% sure what you want to invest in. And that can be work-life balance, that could be mind, body, spirit. So there's nothing wrong with that. Make sure you're not putting pressure on yourself when you're supposed to be still, possibly listen or possibly study or possibly observe, until you are 100% inspired. So you're not self-sabotaging, starting something and not finishing. And that's what I'm getting. So getting yourself worked up for inspiration, possibly, so that you can get a victory, so that you will have a victory. So that basically what I'm getting, you may call in something great, or maybe you have a project, or maybe you have a promotion, but you know, you have to take time to study, learn, or be confident in that energy, so that when you do get that victory, you won't self-sabotage it or put the pressure on yourself to not perform how you need to perform 100%, right? So make sure you're protecting your courage when it comes to any deception, any interference, any let's see, I'm getting possibly wolf in sheep clothing, any type of deceptive energy that will try and to basically put fear into you, or like possibly make you feel less courageous. So just make sure you're protecting your own personal courage. So I'm just getting, make sure you're setting firm boundaries for self, right? Let's see. When it comes to, okay, so I'm getting, make sure you're setting boundaries when it comes to family, friends, and possibly colleagues at work. So just make sure you're having appropriate boundaries and believing in yourself and having that communication with Most High and God. All right, I'm getting possibly there may be a little deception there, or a trick, or possibly maybe a little bit of a scamming or deceptive energy that may play off your fear or your weakness. So just make sure, sometimes, it comes from the closest ones to us. So that could be family, friends, or possibly work colleagues. So just make sure you're being mindful of having boundaries and not allowing, just because possibly people are close to us, to set us for a trap, possibly. All right. So make sure you're communicating when it comes to your boundaries. Okay, make sure you're communicating what you feel comfortable doing or not doing. Make sure you're adapting to any confusing energy or any something behind the scenes energy. Make sure you're adapting to what you're able to handle, good or bad. Make sure you're adapting into your energy, right? So I'm getting possibly, yeah, I'm getting, make sure you're adapting to what's comfortable for you so that you can always feel free and not feel either trapped into something, tricked into something, or basically set up into a bind of something. Yeah, make sure you're adapting. And make sure you're keeping that sacred within yourself. That is your secret. That is your tool. That's your spiritual discernment tool. So make sure you're adapting to anything that you're possibly confused about, so that you won't be trapped or tricked into something, so that you will always have your freedom, all right? And that could be mind, body, spirit. That could be work-life balance. That could be family, friends. That could be people, place, or thing. So that you're not making a deal with deceptive energy, with demonic energy, or with just possibly wolf in sheep clothing, false masks, or anything like that. It may be revealed to you afterwards, if it hasn't already been revealed to you, that this situation is not going to be... you're not going to feel joy about it. You're not going to feel happy about it, right? So don't focus on, just be thankful and gratitude to Most High and God and your spirit team, so that, you were at least able to catch the revelation instead of focusing on like the problem or possibly a disappointment that there was no joy that came out of it. Make sure you're not focusing on the no joy part. Rejection is God's redirection. Just make sure you're coming from a place of your spiritual discernment, your wisdom. Make sure you're focusing on your wisdom. Make sure you're focusing on your confidence. Okay. Make sure you're not focusing on caring about a situation that was possibly deceptive or you didn't get any joy out of it. Just make sure you're focusing on your adapting and your confidence within a situation. So focusing on the big picture out of possibly a revelation or a lesson, okay, that's sacred. That's sacred. That is a sacred revelation. That is a sacred protection, possibly. That is, I'm getting rejection is God redirection, and you'll see the power in that as well. You'll see Most High, God, your spirit team, they love you. You love yourself for using your wisdom. So make sure you're giving credit to yourself for that. And that will help with confidence and help with self-love and help with setting firm boundaries or possibly sticking to your boundaries. Okay, a lesson learned. Make sure you're focusing on your spiritual vitality, life force, energy, and your peace. Make sure you're playing, okay? So work hard, play hard. Make sure you're trusting your peace and you're playing. When it comes to anything that was disguised and it's basically like not possibly anything good. I'm getting just not of life. So death, right? Anything that it was disguised that was basically of death, of possibly darkness. Just make sure you're healing and resting. Make sure you're taking that time to heal and rest. When it comes to any, I'm getting work here. If it comes to any possibly colleagues, employees, employer, work assignments, make sure you're not being consumed in that. Make sure you're focusing on your work and being sweet to yourself when it comes to your work. When you're at work, make sure you're doing everything to contain your energy and putting in your good work, focusing on work so that it can help with a transformation, and not so much focusing on possibly even negative energies at work. That could be a supervisor, a boss, a colleague. It can be a group of people. It could just be work, your employer, just in general. Make sure you're not being consumed by all those energies, right? What's that? You go to work to make a paycheck. Make sure you're not, going to work to build friendships. There's nothing wrong with being, polite and, professional and cordial, but just make sure you're not being so wrapped into that vulture, competitive work when it comes to work. Make sure you're focused on your work, learning as much as you can, possibly if you're changing a career or if you want to go deeper into your career. Make sure you're focusing on your personal growth when it comes to work and in your workplace, your transformation. Make sure you're focusing on your balance. Have patience with yourself. Have patience with yourself and your balance. And make sure you're collaborating with people, place, or thing for growth, all right? Make sure you are providing yourself with kindness and others with kindness. And also love, all right? Coming from a place of love and lightheartedness and loving yourself. And most importantly, taking care of yourself. And that is the reading that I have for today. Where are we at? 16 minutes. Let's see if I get anything else. Yes, I'm getting a lot of taking care of your work-life balance when it comes to competitiveness at work. You're not at work to make friends. There's nothing wrong with having beautiful, cordial relationships at work, but just make sure you're not being consumed by possibly there may be some jealousy at work. God is the master of the universe, so continue to use your spiritual discernment. You are a divine warrior. You will be brought victory and peace. So just make sure you're focusing on high vibration, taking time to take care of your emotional and physical and mental health is what I'm getting. Let's see if there's anything else. Make sure you're being positive about self and your goals, long-term and short-term. And remind yourself you're protected from any adversities. And this is the divine plan construction of the universe. So I'm getting a lot of spiritual protection, perseverance, success in any conflict, and overcoming all adversity. So just make sure you're in prayer and meditation, taking care of your mind, body, spirit, work-life balance. And that is a beautiful reading. And let's see, 18 minutes. Last message. Make sure you're making time to make your heart sing. So I got a little bird here with little notes. So just listening to some music that'll either keep you motivated, inspiration, or just feeling really good within yourself, mind, body, spirit. All different types of music. So if you always listen to the same music, try a different type of music. Just make sure the music that you're tapping into, it's not bringing you down to low vibration, or it's not making you think negative, all right? It's nothing wrong with listening to all types of music, but just be mindful of what you're listening to and how it's making you feel. It doesn't matter what type of music you listen to, rap, whatever, R&B, country, anything that'll make you feel inspired, motivated, perseverance, bringing in that prosperity, possibly music to help with confidence, healing music, all types of music is out there, right? So my name is Zena. Thank you for watching Zenagallery, and I hope that you have a beautiful night. Take care. Bye-bye.